Hey folks, thank you for joining us here on the Thread Raiders Twitch channel. We are back with another installment of Get to Know a Thread Raider, and I am here with Bill, Philadelphia. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great, Maddie. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm doing
All
so
right.
great. We're gonna get to know Bill here and have a little fun. And essentially, what we're doing here is we're giving those folks who just ended their game a chance to go chill, and the folks that are beginning a game here soon to set up. But we don't want you to leave. We want you to hang out. Get to know Bill. Bill's awesome. So, Bill, the first question, in your own words, what is a thread raider?
So I thought a lot about this, and I think it just to put it in as succinct terms as possible, what I think a thread raider is it is somebody that just wants to make the world a better place, enjoy spending time with other people that are like-minded, and it just so happens that gaming of any type really seems to be the conduit through which that is expressed. So that's really what I think a thread raider is. But I think in some ways it's a little bit more than that. So if you'll permit me, I'll expand.
Sure.
One of the things that I really enjoyed about my first couple instances hanging out with some of the thread raiders and talking to people in the Discord was that this is one of the very few places I've ever been where your education doesn't matter, your job doesn't matter, what your income level doesn't matter, what your family status, none of that stuff really matters. And
Yeah.
what really matters is who you are as a person. And I know it sounds kind of trite, but it's actually really true. People really feel a lot of love for each other, and it's all based upon just what you mean to everybody else. And so it's a unique place. I've never been with a bunch of people sort of like that.
Oh my God, Bill, that is the best answer anybody has ever given to that question. Oh my God. It's beautiful and it's true. And it's one of those things that like as you get older, you experience this so often that you know you are defined by your job, your
Yep.
income, your status, like where you live and all this other stuff. But none of that really matters here. Um, the only thing that really matters, really, is how we eat our pizza. You know, everything else is just secondary. You know,
Yeah. Yeah, and there's a lot of strong feelings here about that. I tell you what, I think that was the first question CA asked me. It was like, all right, yeah, your bill, okay, fine, pizza, pineapple. So yeah, I'm with you.
it is just one of those things. You know, that's kind of how we all got together. You know,
Yep.
um, so Bill, now let's get to know you a little bit better here. What
Okay.
is your day job?
So I am a risk management sort of a compliance function inside of a asset manager. So basically, what I do is people want to sell certain products in certain jurisdictions. I tell them if they can or can't, and if they can, how they can go about doing that. So I'm kind of a um, alternative specialists for asset management, mostly on the compliance side.
Okay. Um, I mean, I'm a pretty smart person, really. I followed about half of that, I think. But
Well, so let's say you want a mutual fund, right? If
yeah,
but let's say you're Canadian, so certain mutual funds can be available to. certain mutual funds can be available and cannot be available to
Yeah.
you. And so if they are available to you, I'm the kind of the guy that says, all right, here are the ways that you can buy this mutual fund. That's essentially what I do.
Okay. Yeah. All right. That makes a lot more sense. I like that. That's
Yeah.
cool. And so, what was your? We are all brought together here by tabletop gaming,
Yep.
by video gaming, and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But Maddie's here for the tabletop. I don't play video games. I don't get the video game thing, so I don't talk about
Yeah.
it. I'm all about the tabletop gaming though.
Yeah.
Um, so can you tell us your introduction to tabletop gaming?
Yeah, so I'm with you. I'm not much of a video game kind of guy. I think if I were, I would overdo it, and I probably never leave the couch. So I specifically exercise that feeling out of my life, like no video games. So anyway, tabletop role playing. So I started um, with my brother, who's about 2 years older than I am. We started playing Magic the Gathering back uh, when I was maybe 6 or 7. Um, this was like early days Magic. And so my dad was also military. And so my brother and I would move around the country. And what we really had together was playing games. So it started out with Magic. And then inside of like all of the Navy bases, there's usually a store that sells like, you know, game detritus. And so there was an old AD&D game system inside of this game shop.
Yeah.
And so we picked up AD&D and we just decided, all right, we'll give this a shot. Like there's no way a 9 and a 7-year-old could figure out the rules of THACO and all that stuff. So we had no idea what we were doing, but it was fun. It was a way for us to bond together. And so from then on, traveling kind of around the world, we were over in Sicily and we bought HeroQuest in one of the shops on the Navy base in Sicily. And so we then used those minis that came inside the HeroQuest box to sort of like make up our own Roll20 kind of thing, and so that was really, really it. And then once we got into teenage years, I was too geeky, so we wanted to be cool, So
Fair.
picked up skateboarding, and tabletop role play kind of fell by the wayside, unfortunately. But in fact, it was kind of the renaissance of my life in tabletop role playing was I overheard somebody at work talking about how their husband wanted to play, and I kind of I dive bombed the conversation. So that guy, whose name is Brian, and he is D&D Open Play on Twitter if you want to check him out. But he basically gathered 5 or 6 people together, and we started playing. We've been playing together for 4 or 5 years now. And he brought D&D Jordan Lee on with us. So basically that was my into Jordan, and then the Thread Raiders came after that. So that's my life story of tabletop role playing.
Oh, that's okay. That's awesome. That's starting with AD&D. Now, was that first edition or second edition?
Oh man, I think it was second edition.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I like my start was in first edition
Okay.
AD&D, and so I know the THACO life. I get it. Been there. I really don't have the T-shirt, and I should. I really should have a T-shirt for that. Okay, I don't know. Just popped in my mind. Anyway, so we're at our first rapid fire segment, and this one is an either or. Okay.
Okay.
So, you could pick one. You can say none, or that's it. You just can't say both. Okay.
Okay.
It's either or.
No, both. Got it.
No, both. Okay. This is supposed to be that kind of thing. All right. First one: pizza or tacos?
Both. Oh, sorry, I forgot. No, for me, it's 100% tacos.
Okay.
Like, Hands down tacos. Latin food is my favorite thing, and even though tacos is not really Latin, like I'm down with it for sure.
Yeah. Video games or board games?
Board games.
Coke or Pepsi?
Coke.
Winter or summer?
Winter.
Game of Thrones or Stranger Things? Man, that's a dated question.
Yeah, that's a hard one. I only have to say Game of Thrones because I actually finished it. I haven't
Oh,
seen the last season of Stranger Things, and I think therein itself kind of belies uh, my preference.
okay, that's fair. Marvel or DC?
I'm not much of a superhero guy, so
Okay.
nothing. Yeah.
Rock or hip hop?
Um, if I have to choose, I would say rock.
Okay. Spicy or mild?
Mild. Yeah, I can't deal with spicy foods. That's I'm in my 30s, Maddie. Like it's starting to go downhill already.
Yeah, I'm in my 40s, man. I get it. I so get it. Texting or talking?
Texting.
Invisibility or super strength?
Huh. Ooh, that's a good one. I think probably super strength. So I feel
Okay.
like invisibility would be very selfish. Like I could only do things that would be helpful for myself. Super strength is pretty much like there are a lot of other things that you can do other than selfish reasons.
And there's going to be a big old thing in the chat right now of people telling you how you can use invisibility for good things.
Okay,
It's just going to happen, I'm sure.
that's fine.
I
And
could
and
I
my
could just picture
brain,
it now.
that's totally fine. My brain is only going to the selfish ones, which also means that I'm a dirty boy.
uh, welcome to the Thread Raiders. That's how we roll. Cake or pie?
Cake.
And finally, cats or dogs?
I'm sorry to majority of the Federators that I know, but I'm a dogs guy,
Okay, that's
hands
cool.
down.
So outside of gaming, what are your hobbies?
Oh man, where to start? I have a lot of hobbies. I really, right now I'm in a big like smoking and curing meat phase.
Oh,
So
okay.
I like to do sausages and barbecue and bacon and those sorts of things. So like I like to do all that stuff home style. I also am a big like I really dig astronomy. I've got a telescope I've got set up. Um, what else? I'm just blanking right now, but there's at least four or five that I've got going on. Maybe we'll come back to that.
Okay. So here in the Thread Raiders, we talk about food a lot. So that
Hmm.
whole smoking and the bacon and all that stuff,
Hmm.
that that that's our bread and butter, right? Bread and butter, man. Oh golly,
Yum. Oh, I'm
everything
hungry
is
now.
food. So if you had to choose your last meal on Earth, what would that meal be?
um, I think I would go with Franklin barbecue. And I only say that because I've had pretty much everything else that I really, really enjoy. That is something that it's almost like a stretch goal for eating. I've never been there. I've never tried it, but I've heard it's fantastic. I've heard it's also 8 hours of a line you have to kind of sit through. So if I could circumvent the line by dying and getting it that way, like I'm
I'm dying. Let me through.
yeah, right.
I mean, if that doesn't work, I don't know what does. I don't know. We are at our second rapid fire segment. This one here is word association. So I'm going to say a word. You say the first word that comes to mind. Okay.
All right.
And again, we'll rapid fire through these things. So first word: tacos,
Burritos.
Twitter,
Uh, tweets.
D&D,
Beyond.
ah, puns,
Oh, passable.
Kilts.
Sexy.
Pizza.
French fries.
Ooh, damn. That sounds good. Dogs.
Snuggles.
Cats.
Reluctant snuggles.
Indeed. Pineapple.
Sinful.
Mayo.
Salads.
Morning.
Coffee.
Nighttime.
Coffee.
Thread Raiders.
Um, Games.
Hey, there you go. So we talked about your last meal.
Yes.
But if there was a food that you could literally ban from existence, what would it be?
Mushrooms.
Really?
Yeah, I got that one right off the top of my head. Like I don't even have to think about that. Mushrooms,
Man.
it's almost as though somebody blew snot into a plate and then said, "All right, here's your delicious booger food." It's not my thing at all.
My
Uh,
heart. Uh,
and it's like I recognize that there is good taste to them, but the texture is it's I've never had one that was like of a texture that I could actually swallow. I almost have to spit them all out. And I keep
okay.
trying too. I keep trying. I'm not like I will not stop trying. But
Okay.
I've
All
never
right.
had one that was even passable.
Huh. Well,
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay. I'll have to cook for you, and yeah, we'll
Let's
fix
do it. Yeah.
we'll fix that. We'll fix that.
Okay.
Um, so we talked about your day job. We talked about hobbies outside of gaming, things like that. But what does a typical day off look like for you?
Uh you mean like just a regular Saturday?
Yeah.
The majority of the time it's so I've got two young kids that are super active, so there's a lot of like drop drop them off at their activities while they're at the activities, going to Costco or some grocery store to pick up food, pick them back up, go back home, start cooking and getting ready for the week. um if there is downtime, it's because they are napping and I have sacrificed my nap. So during the hour and a half to 2 hours when they're napping, I'll sit down and try to plan out some of the things that I've got going on. So I run a game on Monday nights. So that's usually the time that I plan my Monday night game.
Okay.
And then at nighttime, we'll usually have family or friends over, or go to other people's house, and just kind of have dinner parties and try not to get into too much trouble.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
I mean, hey, sounds great. That sounds fantastic. Other than the Costco trips, man, I do not
yeah,
miss those at all. Um, but it's got its place.
yeah.
Um, so we are at our final rapid fire here.
Hey,
So this one is called Name That Thread Raider. Okay,
oh man.
I'm gonna say a thing, and you tell me the Thread Raider that you feel best fits that thing. Okay?
Okay, let's. Can I caveat this by saying I think I might know like 6 or 7 Fred Raiders. Okay,
I mean,
so I have to pick from them.
yeah, you just pick from them and whatnot, and you don't have to like know everybody super well. I mean, you
Sure.
talk in the Discord, we all hang out and yakety yak here and there.
Yeah.
So you've probably picked up on some things.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay.
Okay, our first one, biggest flirt.
Mm. Biggest flirt. Well, the one that flirts the most with me, I think, is Smitty.
Okay, that that's good. That's good. Most sensible.
Most sensible CA for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Biggest jokester.
Um, Biggest jokester. I would say maybe, hmm, maybe Maxine.
Okay, that's a great answer. Um, best smile.
Hmm. Has to be Jordan.
Mm, Jordan's got a great smile.
Yeah.
Softest heart.
Oh. Softest heart. That might. Hmm. That might be Maxine.
Okay, good answer. Biggest eater.
Biggest eater. Um, the last time that we hung out, I didn't really pay a whole lot. Like actually, when we hang out, I don't really pay a whole lot of attention to how much people eat. Um, but it's almost. Hmm. Can I pass on that one? I'm not really sure.
No, that's fine.
Let's just say me. I'm the biggest eater. I
There you go. There you go. When in doubt, just say yourself, man.
yeah.
Because sometimes it's true. Sometimes it's true.
Yeah.
And finally, quickest wit.
Hmm. Of the people that I know, I would say Smitty. Smitty has the quickest wit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Smitty is very witty.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
God. Okay. Um, and then earlier I totally passed on a pun and I should have grabbed it and I didn't.
Oh, well, I
Um,
appreciate your sacrifice. That's respectable. To
but
pass on a pun.
I couldn't help this. Smitty is witty. Um, so there we go. So that's our get to know Threadrunner segment. So, Bill, can you tell? Go ahead. Can you tell the folks at home where they can find you on the internet, and what you are up to, and also, if you have any last words for everyone here.
So you can find me at Bill Delphia on Twitter, and that's kind of split up by underscores. I'm also Philadelphia, all one word, on the Discord, and and I also play Tuesday nights from 9:30 until 11:30 ish with Geek Attack. That's at Geek Attack on Twitter. Um, and last words, Maddie. I really appreciate this. You've done even in our short relationship, you've done a tremendous amount for me and my friends as well. So it is incredibly appreciative, and yeah, you sort of embody all the stuff that I was talking about earlier on. So yeah, thank you for doing this, man.
Well, thank you for hanging out with me today. Thank you for answering the questions and being a good sport. And we just appreciate having you in the family, man. So I'm so glad we got to sit down and do this. And folks, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for sticking around. We have more games. We have more shenanigans, and there will definitely be more yakety yak about food because, well, we're just always hungry 24 hours a day. So stick around. We'll be back for more Get to Know Thread Raider. And yeah, until this time, bye.
Hey.